We'll put it on Facebook. And so excited for Welcome Wednesday, Tower Gardens. Let's see, put Tower Garden Talk. And go live. And of course, my page is public. So if anybody ever wants to share it, you can share it. And we'll put it in our customer page, Filled with Good. It's setting up now.
You want me to share it into our groups?
Sure, that will be great. And we'll X that out. All right. So welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Angel Falk, the fitness angel, and I'm so excited about today's call. We do this call every week with a different subject, all for health and wellness. And today is all about the Tower Garden, because we all want more fresh, better than organic produce that is affordable, right? That's easily, what am I trying to say? It's easy to get. It's right on your porch or your kitchen. You can grow year round, inside or outside. And I think the world right now is wanting more choices and wanting to be sustainable and wanting to have their own food and wanting to grow their own food. So I'm so excited. I'll introduce our two guests that are together. We have Brandy Anderson, who is, I met through fitness. She's a fitness instructor and a holistic life coach and a Tower Garden queen, of course. And then we don't like to say stepmother. We like to say bonus mom. Her bonus mom, Elizabeth, is a book editor and writer. And one of these days, she's going to write my book. That's what is on my dream board. Going to make that happen. But she also loves Tower Garden and loves our company and has been with our company for a long, long time. So ladies, are y'all going to show both Tower Gardens today? Because we actually have two different types. We have a Flex, the larger, older model, which I think is better for outdoor use. And then we have the Home, which is smaller and newer, which Brandy had in her 900 square foot apartment at one time. And it's just so amazing that we have options. So I'm going to pass it on to you ladies and just share with us what you want to share. And if anybody has a question, please put it in the chat. Or if you're watching on Facebook, put it in the comments.
Awesome. Thank you, Angel. Well, I just want to kick off by saying, like, the Tower Garden for me, like, I used to not be able to grow anything, like nothing. I killed everything. I killed aloe plants. I killed succulent plants. You're not supposed to be able to kill those things. I think I overwatered them. So I'm just amazed at how the Tower Garden just, like, it's almost on autopilot. Like, there is a little bit of a learning curve in the beginning, but it's so easy. It's so easy and affordable. And I think my favorite thing about the Tower Garden is that I can grow year round. So this one does have, even though we're outside, it does still have the lights on there because I'm just too lazy to get a screwdriver out and take them off. But the lights are for you to grow indoors. So I've been growing indoors and outdoors for the last 2.5 years. So this is like my little pride and joy. When my son went to college, I got the Tower Garden and put it in his room. So I would go in there and talk to the plants in the morning. You talk to your plants?
Oh, all the time. And I've had my Tower Garden for, I guess, going on 9 years, and I love it. It's one of the Tower Garden Flexes, one of the older models, as you mentioned, Angel. And what I love about it is I was able to get the extension kit. So I have 28 slots on it, and it only takes up about 2 square feet as far as a footprint. And right now I have it on the front porch of our farmhouse here in North Mississippi because I wanted to get the natural pollination that it will get, with the bees and the other insects that fly around on the front porch. So it's thriving. We have watermelon, we have squash, we have peppers, tomatoes, okra, all kinds of amazing vegetables growing within a 2 square foot piece of the front porch. I mean, it's incredible and they're all thriving. So I just love it.
So we
That's
have
awesome.
one.
I was
Yeah.
gonna just say, I was gonna add one thing because if people ask me, so when you get your tower garden in the mail in a box, does it come with everything you need?
It does come with everything you need. It even comes with seeds to begin with, which is what I love about it. And you can experiment with those seeds and then you can do your own research after you've had a little time to get used to your tower garden and find out which companies you may want to order seeds from. I know I use Baker heirloom seeds out of St. Louis, Missouri, and then there's others where you can, of course, get the heirloom quality seeds. But it's just easy peasy. And we use Brandy's Tower Garden, which is the Tower Garden home, which is a smaller footprint. We use it for primarily herbs and for greens, and you can see that it's thriving and it has 32 slots on it. The top slots are where we have the herbs, and then the bottom ones, we have the greens that grow bigger. And just want to show you guys, I've been out here using this kale leaf as a fan because it's so big. I mean, it's as big as Brandy's head, right? And what I love is we know the power of plant foods. We know the healing power that lies within plant foods. And of course, the Juice Plus company does, we believe in research and all of our products are research based. So the Tower Garden is even based upon research. University of Mississippi did a research study where they had a regular tower garden, had a tower garden and a regular garden side by side. And what they found out to be true is that tower gardens use 98% less water. So if you live in areas where there are droughts, common droughts, then this is a huge plus. And also 90% less space, 30% more yield, and 3 times faster in their growing season. So, Brandy, do you want to share some of our little friends here? And don't ask me what they are because I don't label them.
I'm the organizer. I label all of my things, but
Yeah.
So when you order the Tower Garden, you get everything you need, and it's very simple. Like I put it together by myself, like no other help. It's super easy just to like stack each thing on top of each other and screw it down, then you're ready to go. So also what you get is these little things. This is called rock wool. And so this is where you plant your seeds. That they send you, or the seeds that you buy, and then you just put them in water. So we have them in this tray that comes with the Tower Garden. So you put your seeds down here in the tray. I just spilled water. Luckily it wasn't on my computer. So yeah, we've got some, I don't know what we're growing here.
Mystery green.
Mystery green.
Because I planted them.
Yeah. So what I do is I actually take a little label maker and put a label and put a toothpick in it. So then I know what it is. And then I also, when I put it on the Tower Garden, because when your babies are small, they look a lot alike. Everything's coming out green. So they look alike. So for me, it's like, I kind of really want to know. Once it gets big enough and it's time to start to harvest it. But if I would take a guess, that might be spinach, maybe?
Yeah,
It looks like spinach
It
to
does
me.
look like spinach to
I don't know
me.
what that is.
It reminds me of a funny story. We have a Flex, and my daughter and son-in-law were so in love with it. I gave it to them to try. So they're just getting it started. But one time we did not want to do the seeds, so we did seedlings, which we just ordered. There are many Tower Garden farms. I can think of 2 that are pretty close to me right now. But you can order seedlings, and then they came in the mail just beautifully packaged when I was at home. So my son thought he would be doing me a favor, Ethan, and he popped them all in, but did not label anything. So it was like a surprise. So then I learned you could even just get a little piece of masking tape and write what it is and put it on there when you get it. So that's a good tip. I'm glad you brought it up, Brandy.
Well, and just one way you might be wondering, well, how in the world do you know that the seedlings are big enough to put in the Tower Garden? Well, this one is almost ready. I don't know if you can see, but there's some white roots sticking out of it. So it'll be ready to go into the Tower Garden soon. And for those of you who may be perfectionists and who feel like, yeah, that's me, who feel like you just can't do it all and it has to be perfect, that is so not the case, because I even tried labeling mine at first, and sometimes your seeds grow and sometimes they don't, because sometimes seeds just don't grow for whatever reason. So that's when I actually have like varying levels of plants in development on my tower garden for that reason, because some of them grow and then I would plant new seedlings and then have to plant more seedlings and keep adding to it. So that's why mine didn't stay labeled, because I just couldn't keep up with it all. But that's okay, because like you said, you're going to find out what they are anyway. And the one thing I love about the Tower Garden Flex is its flexibility, because you can purchase the cage to go on it. So your tomatoes and other vining plants like squash and your watermelon will have the cage for the branches to climb on. And it's just so versatile. And also I have the lights that can be used on the indoors in the wintertime. And I've had friends who have had okra thriving in the middle of the wintertime on their Tower Garden Flex indoors, and pepper and all kinds of things. So it's just a really easy solution to our supply chain problems that we're all concerned about, and the shortage of especially fresh produce. And I love the organic factor, that it's actually better than organic. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it is better than organic because we're growing this like on our porch. There's no pesticides, there's no herbicides, there's no like soil, dirt, anything. It's just water and minerals. So as you're like, let's be quiet for a second. Can y'all hear the water? Can you hear it? Maybe not, because we're outside. So the pump inside of the basin of the Tower Garden. Let me see if I can show you guys. Feel scooch for a second. So here's what the bottom of the Tower Garden looks like. It's on rollers, and I guess I just kind of deviated from the organic thing, but I'll get back to it. So this one holds 13 gallons of water, and it does only take up a 2 square foot radius with the water, or with the roller, so you can move it around. But the pump is just pumping the waters up through the middle of the Tower Garden and then down on the roots, like we were talking about on the Rockwell. When you put this down into the Tower Garden, the roots are what get the minerals. So there's tonic A and tonic B that you put into the water, and then you just have to check the pH. I have to fill mine up about once a week now. During the wintertime when I have it inside, I only have to fill it up about once a month. So because there's so many plants on here, it takes a lot more water to keep them growing. And back to the organic thing. So if you think about organic farmers, they get certified organic, but if there is a farm next to theirs that is not organic and they have pesticides and it rains or it goes downhill, like it can actually trickle over into the organic farm. So here, like I said, this is just on our back porch. The other one's on the front porch, and we're not having to use any chemicals, and we call what we put in it tonic. It's minerals that helps the plants grow. It's not chemicals. I've had people ask me that, what comes in the tonic that we give it. So it's better than organic. And we were talking about favorite seeds. I like, outside of the Tower Garden seeds that are amazing, I've never had any of them not grow. I like Seeds of Change, and you can get organic and heirloom, and it's about $1.99 for a seed packet at Lowe's or Home Depot. And so I've had luck with Seeds of Change. And I also like to, I'm hardcore. Here's what I like to keep up with. I will date what I plant. I will say what it is, how many I planted, and then what was the seeds. Because like we were talking about, sometimes you buy seeds and they may or may not work. So I just make sure if it's something that doesn't actually sprout into a little seedling, not to use that one again, because we have like 50 or 60 different types of seeds, and we store them in our freezer so we can like keep them fresh.
Yes, it keeps.
Oh, that's a good tip. I did not know that. Put them in your freezer. Very good. And yeah, I know it's so inexpensive. Once you buy your Tower Garden, just to buy the seeds. I mean, that is so smart. And I love that our company, you can pay in full in just one payment if you want to do it that way, or you can make 12 monthly installments to make it easy and affordable for anybody. So there are options. So if you're watching this, reach out to the person who shared it with you, or just comment under whoever's page you're watching it under and say you want to see the prices, because there are different prices for the flex, for the home, with the lights, without the lights. So we want to help you get what works best for you. I know we have the flex and we have the lights and we have the cage because we grew so many tomatoes and zucchinis. I'm so glad we had that. And then we got the extra, the rollers, like you called it. And I love having that option, but some people may not need that. And some people may want to get the home. And that is nice because the home comes with the rollers automatically. You don't have to purchase that separately, but you can still get it without lights. If you have a good porch with plenty of light, you do need a lot of sunlight, if you're not going to use the lights. Have y'all had any experience with that?
Well, I mean, we've been growing year round. So she actually will take hers down during the winter time and I'll keep mine up and just bring it inside. So this one actually started indoors. Everything that's on it right now started indoors with the lights. And then once it started to get warm enough out here, we rolled it out here. And like I said, I've just been too lazy to take the lights off.
Yeah, so it gets enough sunlight on the porch.
It does.
Absolutely.
We don't need the light. So hers, we kind of have the sun comes in this way, like diagonally on our patio, and then ends diagonally on the other side of the house, which is where the other tower garden is. So this one's getting
cool.
the morning sun, that one's getting the afternoon sun.
Okay, because I've had people ask me about that, if it would work on a porch. Okay, that's good to know.
Well, and right now we haven't had mine indoors during the winter simply because we haven't needed it. But should the supply chain get severe in the months to come, we can definitely find room for it in the house or the garage. And I mean, it's such a flexible, easy solution to any concern someone may be having about sustainability. And also, you mentioned the economy of it, Angel. That is also one of the aspects the University of Mississippi study addressed. That they found that and this is statistical research, they found that the Tower Garden pays for itself within a 6-month time frame.
Yes.
And the Tower Garden was actually the impetus for me making a deliberate decision to embrace healthy living, which I did 9 years ago and have been part of our healthy living community that we have, which is amazing. And my health has just improved with every year I age, which is so rare.
Yep.
And then one of the things, have you guys ever eaten an organic apple? Do you remember the first time you bit into that apple, Angel?
I'm sorry, I don't remember that moment of life.
Well, it made such an impact on me because when I first bit into that organic apple, it tasted so much better than a regular apple. The nutrients, it was so much more nutrient rich. Well, that's exactly what it tastes like. And even more so when you pull a piece of spinach or kale off the Tower Garden, you can just taste so much flavor.
Yes.
It's unreal. And unlike what you get in the store, even the organic produce you get in the store.
Right. And I love it because when you have it, you do eat more. If it's in your house, if it's on your porch, if it's in your backyard, you will eat it more. And isn't it true? The more you harvest it, the faster it's going to grow.
Absolutely.
We had a salad in a jar party on Sunday a few days ago. We harvested a whole bunch of greens and
wow.
We still have so much more left. I wanted to address when we were talking about affordability.
Yes.
You're spending $12 to $15 on produce a week, you can afford a Tower Garden. So if you think about, I don't know, a pound of organic grapes. Well, when you buy grapes, they don't come in 1 pound. You buy the bag and it's like 4 pounds. That $3 or $4 a pound, I mean, that could easily be $10, $12 just for grapes, organic grapes, which you should be eating organic grapes if you're eating grapes. So even if you're buying regular produce, I mean, our gas prices and food prices are skyrocketing. And this way you're in control. Like we are not in control of a lot of things happening right now, but having a
Exactly.
tower garden, we are in control. We will always have fresh produce without having to leave the house.
Right. I was thinking that too for gas, because when you eat fresh produce, you have to go to the grocery store probably every 3 days, because if you don't eat it, it's going to go bad. So you buy enough to last 3 or 4 days, you go back, you just keep going back and forth, and it's so expensive. And a big box of um organic spinach is like $5. So
Exactly.
you save so much money over time. It's that initial investment, but like you said, if you're paying 12 to 15 a week in fresh produce, that's a tower garden. I mean,
And it's not, it doesn't just make sense. Think about all the fun it brings into your life, because
mhm.
especially if you have children and grandchildren, you and just other people coming over to your house. It's an activity you can enjoy with one another. And of course, we have a full curriculum available for children if you wanted to do something productive with your kids, productive and fun with the children or grandchildren during the summertime. It's ideal because they can learn science, they can learn math, they can learn about nutrition, all kinds of wonderful subjects, even spelling if they're like somebody who has to type out the letters. They can learn how to spell fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, it's perfect for homeschoolers and perfect for teachers who want them in the classroom. There's usually grants and fundraisers the school has to help teachers get it at no cost to them. And also restaurants, smoothie bars. There's so many ways that Tower Gardens can be used. And if there's a boys and girls club, our company wants every one of them to have it at no cost. So if you're a rep and you want to help get it in the Boys and Girls Club, we need to look into that too, because children need to learn. And it's not just for fun. Like you said, it is fun. And children, if they grow it, they're more apt to eat it. So you're helping them get healthier. You're helping the whole family get healthier. But also, guys, this is a skill they don't teach in school. They don't, well, maybe some schools, I shouldn't just say it like that, but they don't usually spend a lot of time on teaching gardening and supplying your own food. And that is a life skill that everyone could use.
Well, and
Mhm.
also for those of you who may be in rural areas, especially impoverished or underserved rural areas, there are community gardens available where you can get
Yes.
like 12 tower gardens, and it could be a community wide effort. How cool would that be to bring community together?
Yes, yes. And I know my friend Mona had a pharmacist in her community who had all this land. So he was getting, and I haven't heard an update lately, but he was getting a community garden for his community because he didn't want to just treat with medicine. He wanted to teach health and prevention. How cool is that?
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
I did want to mention, Barb put in the chat that if you have a water softener, it's best used distilled water instead. Yeah, so I just use the water from the sink and fill it up. So yeah, depending on your water source.
Mhm.
Barb has a tower garden too, so that's good info to
Yes,
share.
that's a good point. It's a good point. And I like that you said if you don't have space in your house, you can use a basement, you can use a garage.
Absolutely.
There is always a way, or a closet, right?
Absolutely.
Thelma, this is Thelma. We have two tower gardens. We had a naming contest, and Angel became the winner of Thelma and Louise. So Thelma was in a closet at one point in time. We brought her out of the closet. This winter, she was in the closet.
Y'all are so fun. Well, it's time to wrap it up, guys. So,
Wrap it. You want to wrap it?
wrap it up. Yes. Tell me
Let us
your favorite. Okay, to close this out, tell me your favorite 3 things you have grown and eaten off your tower garden. We'll start with Brandy.
celery. It is not like the celery that you buy in the grocery store. We actually even take the leaves and chop them up. It's like juicy celery.
Mm-hmm.
That and oh gosh, cilantro is my favorite herb. And this go round, this is the first time that I've grown cilantro, and there's a whole entire bush of cilantro. And what else? Basil. I love, love, love basil. When I grew in Nashville, my basil leaves were like this big. They were like the same size as my head. They're not getting that big here, but so yeah, those are my three.
Well, I love that. And to answer your question, Mallory, yes, year round. You could bring it inside and put grow lights on it in the winter, and you can take it outside for the summer. So that's another huge perk. All right, Elizabeth, what's your favorite 3 things to grow and eat from your tower garden?
Hands down, kale, spinach, and peppers.
Yes, yes. And I'll say that for me too. I loved the peppers. We had all different colors, the variety, and the spicy peppers were so spicy. I love spicy, but it was so much more than what you get in a grocery store, so much more flavor. And y'all, I also grew a ton of green beans. We were like roasting those in the oven so much. So I loved having that. And then I think the greens, I had a variety of different types of green, the Swiss chard and what is that Asian one? Bok choy.
I've got bok choy on here. It's so good.
Yes, I had so much and I love that. Barbara, do you want to share your favorite things you grew or are growing? She may not want to hop.
I use the greens in our smoothies.
Yes, 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 yes.
And we
Well,
are
I'm
growing
telling.
sugar baby watermelons for the first time. So I'm excited when we actually start to see our little watermelon, because we have the leaves. We don't have little baby watermelon just yet. So I'm excited.
Cannot wait to see the watermelon and cantaloupe. I've heard people grow that. There's so many different things. So I'm going to wrap up this call and thank you guys for joining. And I did record it, so I'll share it on my YouTube channel and I'll put the link in our groups. If you are somebody who wants more information, just reach out to the person who shared this with you and ask away, because we're here to help you. We have private groups on Facebook and whatnot, and so many great video resources. And also if you order a tower garden, you get a booklet with directions, everything you need. It's so simple. Even children put these together in 15, 20 minutes and get going. So it's something everybody can do. And you can pay in full or you can do monthly. And there's just so many different options. So before I sign off, you have any more questions, Mallory?
I do, but there's a lot, so I'll just wait until after because I don't want to hold everybody's time up.
Okay, well, we can chat. We'll chat
Okay.
after. Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds
Thank you.
good.
Whenever we wrap things up, we always like to say, let us be healthy.
Let us be healthy. I love it. Love it, guys. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you guys for being on. Okay, bye.